lote es muy duro. Para tener de nada. El lote fuerte. Y feria. ¿La pila? Por el daño. Tiene más que carisma.
Sigrid. Porque eso depende del personaje. Que él es más duro, pero él es más lento. Imagino que los otros lo quitan menos, pero entonces te atacan más rápido. O atacan con magia. Está viendo a Clava en cuero por ahí.
¿Cómo que se llama la serie? Yo no me sé el nombre, por eso estoy preguntando, pero es como que el capítulo cambia, es como sangrienta la serie, como de terror y vaina.
Ahora el café que yo cambio.
El disparate ese de American Horror History.
Esa misma.
No es por capítulo, es por temporada. Es por temporada, no por capítulo.
No dura esa serie.
No.
A mí me gustaba la primera.
No, porque hay otra serie que se llama
Me gusta la del
Slay,
circo.
yo creo que ese por capítulo.
Ah, no, espérate, la Kardashian salió ahí. Sí, claro.
Hay una que es Slay por capítulo, que como cada capítulo es
¿No es como cuento de la escrita moderna?
Es como una historia que cuentan, pero una temporada, es por temporada. No es por capítulo, es por temporada.
que yo digo por capítulo. Cada capítulo.
¿Cómo la vaina entonces?
American Horror History es por temporada, no por capítulo.
Ese por temporada. Así lo rápido. No llega la
Disparate, mala. Ahí que sale, ahí fue, ahí, eso,
Diablo, pero es buena porque tiene 12 seasons.
sí, no, eso no es una serie buena. Eso no es una serie buena. Ahí es que sale el tipo que hace de vaina ¿cómo se llama? El que corre rápido en Marvel.
Oh, ahí me salió. Es un asesino en serie.
Él sale en varias temporadas. Oh. Oh. ¿Y qué fue? ¿Ya estaba bien? Hacía dormía ella.
Ella se paró de la nada así, pues cosas así. ¿Eh? ¿Quién es más? No, no es una muchacha.
¿Hay alguna cosa para acá?
Te va a decir para no.
temporada que son.
Quitaron la Kardashian, nada más hay que quitarla.
Mira, yo no llegué a ver ninguna temporada de esa cacacha.
Y la tipa de la Star, que Arya Star, ¿sale en una también? En la sexta creo que... En la...
Mira, a mí me gusta la de Hotel, Rickshaw, Motorhouse, Asilo.
¿Qué fue?
Mira, la que a mí me gusta es la de... No, la de Asilo, de Asilo.
¿Pero qué más de ti? ¿Qué fue? La novia le pegó cuerno y él se tatuó una caravana en la cara.
Pero Sofía me quitó el control.
Ah, pero que... ¿No está vivo? Creo que sí.
O sea, a mí no me tripea eso como que por temporada.
Él estaba muerto, pero en la vida él fue un carajito que se rescató y se tiró para allá.
Mierda.
Hay una que bacana que por temporada.
No me gusta esa vaina como que temporada, porque ellos usan los mismos actores. Entonces, esa vaina como que no me tripea. Eso como que me cambiaron un actor en una serie y eso no, a mí no me trepea. Esa es una de las razones por las que no me gusta. Sí, sí. Pero que ya son historias diferentes. En una él es un asesino serial, en otra él es otra gente, en otra gente y así como que...
Entonces, es como la vaina. Es que están haciendo de que lo cuenten
Ajá.
y ellos lo maticen.
I shall not falter.
¿Cómo tú bailas, Chequi?
Don't worry. This is tasty now. True battle.
Ay, ne.
Slash.
Slashers.
Slasher.
Keep your staff at the ready.
Eso sí se ahoga.
Estoy diciendo.
Y matar le topaba a él.
Feels as if we're old comrades.
Y matar, ella le topaba la palanca de la caminando.
No, ella nada más movía la de la cámara. Ahora ya deja la de la cámara fija, la endereza y luego una más mueve la otra.
Understood, crew.
Ya usted sabe.
Tato. Mierda. Es como un juego para jugar.
Me digo yo para ver cómo está jugando. Ay, mi papá me está llamando. Vámonos, papá. No me hace llorar.
Cuídate menos. Tato, hablamos.
victims of everything so bad. If it's not racist, it's white privilege. If it's not white privilege, it's racism. As I usually say, I am not going to talk anymore, so let us get into the video.
Well, Georgetown sociology professor Michael Eric Dyson has a solution to white privilege. He says white Americans ought to create individual reparations accounts to compensate black Americans for centuries of oppression. Professor Dyson joins us now to explain how that would work and why. Professor, great to see you.
Good to see you, Michael.
So how would this work and why?
Well, yeah. Well, it's in the context, let me just briefly say, it's in the context of a much broader discussion about white privilege, white innocence, white American identity. It's much more complicated than that, and I go at African American cultures, contradictions as well. And then in the end, when I'm making suggestions about what can be done, many white people approach me and ask me, what can I do? Not in terms of the broad social transformation out there in the world. We all believe in that or argue about it, redistribution of resources or not. But when people ask me, what can I as an individual do? One of the things I suggested, besides being educated, besides participating with other African American and Latino and other brothers and sisters in social movement, is to do something called an individual repair of inequality. And if they feel inclined to do so, this is for people who are so inclined to seek out a way to compensate individually for what they do.
I don't know how these people come up with the nonsense that they come up with. Newsflash, black people are not the only ones to be oppressed in America. And this whole victim mindset of saying that white people owe you money, which white people? Who is it that has to give you reparation? It doesn't make any sense. They just want to play victim so bad, they don't want to work for the things they need to get in life. Throughout all of humanity, there has always been inequality between every race. But for some reason, black people feel as if they have these special privileges that white people need to pay them reparations, and it's absolutely ludicrous.
I think there's a systemic injustice. So I talked about buying kids computers, being able to take kids to school, to tutor them, to be able to do individual things that are tailored to their desires and aspirations, such as becoming professionals, exposing them to things they wouldn't ordinarily see. So in other words, it's a kind of ethic of compassion joined to a sense of conscience that motivates them to do what they're motivated to do.
Well, how are they going to gather up white people to do this anyway? Which type of white people are you gathering? Are we gathering white people who are native to America? Are we gathering white people who are descendants from Irish people? Because the Irish went through some things in America as well. So who is supposed to get these reparations that you want to distribute to black people? Then it goes down the line of which black people are entitled to this reparations, because not all black people have experienced slavery in the way that the Americans have. As I said, these people are just looking for handouts, and they're just lazy people. They want to blame on someone else other than themselves.
A lot of that. I mean, I believe in charity. What I don't believe in is collective guilt. And that's why I'm confused by the phrase white privilege.
Well, white privilege doesn't suggest guilt, it suggests responsibility and accountability. The same accountability that America talks to about people pulling up themselves by their bootstraps and addressing their situations, their communities as being responsible for doing what they're doing. I don't believe in collective guilt, but I do believe in collective responsibility.
Responsibility and guilt are synonyms in this case. And let me just ask, let's be specific. So, privilege. I'm privileged. You deny that. I think I'm white. You're going to get things out. But you're privileged too. Of course, we live here in some nice neighborhood. You're rich. You're school. You're free. And so you're way more privileged than me. So why don't they understand?
Well, first of all, privilege is contingent upon the context in which it's defined. So, individual cases can have in that respect, people of color can be way more privileged, as you talked about, than the average white person. So remember, during Jim Crow, Jackie Robinson was more privileged than most white people in terms of having the ability to make a good living and a job. But he still denied access to it at the time. His kids still couldn't go to the second school. experiencing what are essentially racial inequalities.
Before we get back into the video, I need everyone to turn on their post notifications so that you get notified whenever one of my videos come out. Like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter at YouGetAGuy. Let us get back into the video.
So
The amount of money you have doesn't do that.
yeah, and in 1955, I think that was much truer than it is now.
Well, even now, when we talk about the disparities in terms of people's achievement, a study was done by Diva Pager at Princeton University that said a black person with a college education had less of a chance to get a job than a white person who had gone to prison. So even now, I'm not talking about 50 years ago, I'm talking about this is going on right now. The disparities are very real.
Right. So if I live in Eastern Kentucky and I am unemployed, why am I more privileged than you? And why am I in any way, as you put it, responsible for problems of people I've never met on the other side of the country?
Look, I mean, we know that larger forces provide people opportunities or disadvantages. When you come, many people say, let me restrict it even further. Some people say, look, I came to this country.
Don't forget to bring us back to riches.
20 years ago. I came to this country 30 years ago. I wasn't advantaged directly by the system of enslavement that prevailed in America. But if you come to this country as an immigrant and you're a white immigrant and you inherit certain privileges associated with people who were already here, that means that privilege extends to you regardless of the fact that you indirectly benefited from it.
This guy cannot be serious with the things that are coming out of his mouth. Even white people who just came to this country 20 years ago are also responsible. You have got to be kidding me. I do not have any words for these people. And as I said, why do these people believe that black people were the only ones to see oppression? They don't follow this logic. People do the same thing with every nationality, every race. It's absolutely insane that he genuinely just said that if you're white and you've moved to America, even if it was 20 years ago, you are still responsible. I didn't even think you'd be insane enough to even say such a thing. But here we are.
Not directly contribute to inequality. The Constitution was written a long time ago, so was the Declaration of Independence. But those ancient documents continue to inform people's lives and shape their aspirations.
So I'm going to flip it around. And let me just also note there's a lot of hostility in what you're saying. And I'm sure you'll say there isn't, but obviously there is.
Not at all.
I think it's pretty clear.
It's recognition of the situation.
Okay.
Pushback on whiteness is usually not called out.
Clearly hostile. But leaving that aside, I will figure out for a second. If I'm an African immigrant who comes here, I resettled from Somalia at public expense, high public expense, can I do these reparations too?
I think that the people who have benefited from systemic inequity in this country have been overwhelmingly white brothers and sisters, and what I'm talking about is a direct relationship to a notable and a documentable and an empirically verifiable system of inequality. There's nothing that's very obscure about that. And I'm saying to you that people of color who are here now inherited that legacy as a result of their black skin and their relationship to black culture have to be acknowledged.
Well, what do you tell me?
My book is not simply about reparations.
I know that it's not so much larger. It's heavily about privilege, but let me just, we're almost out of time. If a majority white country brings in a black African at its own expense, they still owe him reparations for slavery?
No, I'm talking about the people who are here. That's an isolated event. I'm talking about the majority of African American people who are.
What's this?
Not these punks again. If you want a beating, we'll oblige.
You took the words right from my mouth.
Who said?
That stone is a captivating prize. Unfortunately, I can't allow you to claim it. You may call me Magriel, and these are my kindred. The sword veil. And we wish to show you our beautiful Teach them a lesson they shall never forget.
You said no matter what dangers lie ahead, we'll be ready. I have failed, my lady.
Oh, very well. Since your easiest contest in the sword field. Your spirit is impressive, but how long before it breaks?
Thank you. Fine plan.
Bingo! Ta-da! With this doohickey, we should be able to get the Illyrium back.
Come in, crew! Is everyone all right?
Hey, it's rolling. Is the Grand Cipher back to 100%?
Yes. We're on the way right now.
You're getting it done. Thanks, pal.
Any news on the catalyst?
We sort of ran into a minor hiccup, but it's safe in our hands now.
That's what I like to hear. Great job, everyone. I'm coming to you now.
I won't fail!
Fall back.
What is it this time?
Doesn't look right from up here. Oh no. Listen to me. You all need to get out.
Crap, move it! No. This is not happening. Feels like overkill for a glorified treasure hunt.
Did it have any effect?
I think we made it there.
Figurative, please. Be ready for anything. Get away from them now!
This is the worst day ever.
Roland certainly seems knowledgeable about this subject.
Did we win?
How'd it go up there?
Ex-Rebellion won't go without a fight. It's protecting itself with a sand barrier. Flawless defense. They don't call it the primeval god of fortification for nothing. Why are you bracing that thing? If we don't do something, it'll get back on its feet.
Come on, it's time to revive
I have visual confirmation. Get up to the top.
I think I see it.
No, wait!
We're right alive. Things haven't gotten any better.
Put everything into the next attack. It's all or nothing. Just barely. Time to double revenge.
Let us deliver the final blow.
Busted one of those lower cylinders. We just need to keep this up, right?
It's over. Now, let's bring this behemoth down.
Next time, I'll pay you to stay in the spot.
Rebellion will crumble. Rebellion completely stopped moving.
That's an isolate.
This is what I do. That crew packs a punch. Impressive to say the least.
Glad you're safe, Vern. And the catalyst? Do you still have it with you?
Got it right.
Thank goodness. And all that's left is to rescue Lyria from Avia.
Yeah.
There's still one problem, though. How do we find Lyria when we don't even know where to look?
I've got that covered. I discovered where the red ship is going.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, really. They're heading to a place called Fonder, the Scarred Isles. Magma flows deep beneath the land. Not exactly what I'd call an ideal vacation spot.
It almost sounds like a volcano. Why would they go there?
I'll explain on the ship. Come, back to the grand site.
Come see us again. Trade you some great items.
Thanks. Might take you up on it.
Prices and no fees. Happy to be business with you. You folks are tough. But if you really need, just call. I'll come down. In the meantime, try not to kick the bucket. Got it?
I'm talking about the majority of African American people who are here, who are actually parcel of what this country has been, and who have built it in its institutions to become what it is now.
If you want to know more about this argument, you can read this book, Tears We Cannot Stop.
This all has to be a joke because everything he just said was absolute nonsense. He genuinely believed people owe black people because of the inequalities that happen in America. As if black people are the only people who experience inequalities in America. But of course they don't care about that. They just want to virtue signal and complain about their victims and racism and woe is me. And I can't get anything because I'm not privileged like the white man, which is absolute nonsense. But anyway, that was another video, another reaction. As I usually say, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video as much as possible, comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter at YinkaThatGuy, and I'm out.
That was Daily Wire's Matt Walsh from Nashville. How's the weather, Matt? I hear it's a little chilly down there.
So we got about 3 inches of snow. They've shut the whole city down. It's the way we do it here in the south. So it's been an adventure.
Well, it's good to see you. And look, so much to talk about, as always, in your wheelhouse. But I want to talk about this extraordinary story about the Federal Aviation Administration actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and other mental and physical conditions under a diversity and inclusion hiring initiative spelled out on the agency's website. On the face of it, this seems plain ridiculous. Your thoughts?
Yeah, on the face of it, it seems plain ridiculous. I think when you look deeper, it still seems plain ridiculous. Now, obviously, no one is claiming that at this point they're going to hire, someone who's blind or paralyzed to actually fly, a Delta aircraft 30,000 feet in the air. So we're not. Maybe we'll get to that point. We're not at that point yet. But the point is that they have decided. This goes back to, I believe it was 2013, an Obama-era initiative by the FAA. They wanted to diversify the airline industry, and they have a lot of several different groups that they wanted to increase their participation in the airline industry, and those with disabilities is one of those groups. Now, what you'll hear from people on the other side of this, people that are fans of these kind of diversification efforts, is that, well, yeah, they're doing this, but they're not lowering the standards at all in order to do it. That's the claim, anyway. And it's true that whether it's the FAA or any other institution that is putting DEI into practice and trying to diversify, and none of them will come out and say, of course, none of them are going to say that we're lowering the standards. But that obviously is what ends up happening. Because if you had the standard set a certain place, and then you end up with like a certain number of, let's say, white pilots, and then you say, well, we don't want that many white pilots.
As a parent, how would you feel knowing that you don't know which teachers have a gun and you've had bad experiences with prior teachers? What if that teacher that absolutely,
So my answer to your question is, I feel the same way about the government, but somebody knows what he's doing. And frankly, I feel the same way about a police officer. I don't get police officer, but they don't respect the responsibility. So I wouldn't mind if anyone.
The rear guard is safe.
Trust our teachers. They know better than you parents. We should be able to teach them what they need to know about sexuality. The other thing you guys are admitting that many teachers are not really checked for mental issues. They don't really know what is happening in these classrooms. I'm not talking about teachers are not checked.
Tells you all you need to know. They're okay with teachers teaching their children and looking after their children for hours and hours every week. God forbid that one of the parents has a gun that could possibly protect their kids from invaders.
Bring me the perfect team.
I could do that, but I don't want to, and I won't, and I don't think you expect it to. Why not?
know you're so oppressed, my dears. I know. Life is so hard for you. You have to live in the richest, most equitable, most just country in the history of the world. You have to get a college education. You have to voluntarily go to lectures. It's so awful. I can't imagine. But you know, the people who are in war-torn nations, they must truly fit here. Goodbye then. What's up, guys? This is Will with Great Review. Today we are in Pasadena asking people about the concept of a good guy with a gun stopping a bad guy with a gun. So, do you think that people in America should be allowed to have guns? No.
I don't really see the point of really needing a gun. So why should they have it?
Guns in general.
Easier to just go around shooting people. I feel like with the gun in my house, I feel less safe. It's like a...
These people are the most absolutely clueless people ever. Did this woman just say if she had the gun in her place, she would feel more unsafe? Make that make sense.
My dad owned a gun, I would feel less safe. Okay, I think people should be able to have a gun, but I think there should be like really strict regulations. I'm pretty sure, like, if you be a 14-year-old, you just walk in and then get a gun.
This woman really just said she's showing a 14-year-old and get a gun. These students are the future of Western society, and she thinks you can be a 14-year-old and get a gun. I live in England and I even know that's not the case. You would be stupid to believe a 14-year-old can get a gun.
4% of mass shootings happen in gun-free zones because people who are going to shoot people know there won't be anyone in there with a gun to defend themselves. So you think that, like, in a gun-free zone, we could have people who actually have guns, not make them gun-free zones, and then people wouldn't go and commit mass shootings in them as much?
I think the idea of someone in my community walking around with a concealed weapon just in case somebody else has a concealed weapon is terrifying.
It would have to be like a police type figure, but not like a police officer, but like, you know, like a designated gun person.
Have you ever heard the concept like a good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a gun? You ever heard that before? There's a guy came in, crazy guy, he was going to shoot up the whole church, and a guy with a gun who was there at the church, he defended the entire church, killed the guy who was coming in to kill all those people. Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any reason we need to bring a gun to a church.
Well, there was a reason right there. The guy shot him.
It's as if these people don't think things through. He gave her the scenario of where a gun was.
Guy with the gun, I really don't think that does exist. He could have, like, shot his leg. They could have, like, prevented it a different way. I don't know. It's like, that wouldn't happen if guns weren't allowed, you know, out in the open. There would have been a lot of lives that have been taken at that time. So yes, like you said, a good guy with a gun, there's that thing. But because of the world that we live in right now, people are blinded.
What if, like, someone broke into your house? How would you think? I tried to get whatever 10 miles to you know, I guess
You've given me this house. You will try and grab some things. You don't know how much time to have anything. By the time you just grab your back, you already start to the next round. I keep arguing all of this.
The rear guard is safe.
College, these people are college educated.
Yeah, if you had a gun, you didn't have to watch what else you could defend yourself. Yeah.
I'm not super annoyed about people coming out together because I'm a nice person.
If you're trying to start people like confidence, she will just say she's not worried about people going to shoot. She's not trying to listen as people who have been risking their lives and they are killed before. This is baffling me. I'm telling you guys, it's hard.
Should we pick up a foot? You should try it. Yeah, yeah. I feel like if it were in, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it would change your mind a little bit. Because you say you want a ban gun, but the government's corrupt and spends money badly, right? So technically
technically you would be giving your guns to a corrupt government. Then the government, these corrupt people, would be the only ones who had guns.
You made that look easy.
Do you think that anyone in America should have a gun?
Honestly, if you have to defend yourself, yes. I mean, the military use it. If you are registered properly, if you go through the proper legal steps, the legalities, then, and you're responsible, and you properly store your gun in a safe, and have it on a safety clip or whatnot. I mean, I personally don't own a gun, but as long as you are safe and you use the proper measurements, then you have a right to protect yourself. This is the land of the free.
Right. Did you learn anything new?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah, kind of like making me think about my perspective.
Yeah.
The things that you're asking is like making me question what I think.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
I had fun talking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, you just made you like I'm gonna go think about it at home.
Did your head just explode at that last one?
Yeah.
Maybe more important.
I agree.
College students never cease to amaze me with some of the answers that they come up with to the questions that I asked of them. It's very interesting to see the answers and just how educated they are. And by the answers that they come up with, they don't really know much. But anyway, that was another video, another reaction. As I usually say, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video as much as possible. Comment
Man,
down
I'm
below,
sorry,
subscribe,
homie.
subscribe,
Fuck,
follow
bro.
me on Instagram and Twitter.
Damn, you ain't leave your homie side, bro? Oh, man, that's sad, G. Fuck, that's sad. Oh, what you doing? What you humping a nigga? God damn, you a savage, man.
How best to see your relationships and make sure you find out its career.
Here, we'll actually answer that really quick, brief answer, and then we'll get back to the question.
I don't see there being any problem because he doesn't make hands with me. So.
Well, are you guys gonna stay together forever?
Yes.
You are. Let's say hypothetically speaking, it doesn't work out. Do you anticipate that the fact that you have done content that you've done, could it conceivably have an impact on future relationships?
No, because I was in that one, and we had content together.
The current one? There's a previous relationship?
The 9-year.
Oh, you were making content?
So I made content with him.
Oh.
And then when I was single, I was making content with,
Okay. Wait, did this guy propose to you? Your current boyfriend?
No, but I know.
You guys have made a plan to
yes,
get married?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why modern women are so delusional to accept the reality of things that most men do not want their girl on OF showing their body to the entire world. Men, for some reason, are able to accept their shortcomings, but for some reason in the West, women don't seem to understand basic things such as men do not want their women's body to get all over the internet for everyone to see.
We share like bank accounts.
Wait, God forbid the relationship doesn't work out, but if it didn't, you don't think that other guys would have an issue with it?
I mean, I found him. He didn't have an issue with it.
No, other guys.
Other guys? I mean, I would assume there's more of him out there, but could you probably get the time? It would probably take, there's people I would tell a guy straight up, on the first date, this is what I do, and if they don't want to be involved, then...
I think it might be for some of the guys who are not so much in favor of girls who do S work or OnlyFans, there may be some degree of cope about, they're never going to find a guy. I think, granted, she's also very attractive, I think that there's a lot of guys that are just going to overlook it, and it might not lead to, it could cause problems in the relationship, but much in the same way that people frequently get into relationships that are rife with conflict and issues.
We've had discussions where we've had to change.
But I think we underestimate the degree to which, there's a lot of
there's a ton of simps out there that would be so stoked to be with you, regardless of the OnlyFans. The question is, though, are those the kind of men that should get wanted?
There was this guy.
And that's the question that many modern day women unfortunately do not ask themselves. Yeah, there are are many men who would want to be in a relationship with her, but those types of men are not the men that she would want to be in a relationship. So they overestimate their value because of the fact that many men are probably sliding into her DMs, are probably messaging her, are probably hitting her on her when she's on the street. And that will definitely be the case. Even average women will get attention. But the thing that they fail to realize, because of the fact that they have so many options, they think that these options will be forever, and she doesn't understand the consequences that's going to have on her in her current relationship, and if she doesn't even continue with the relationship that she's in, the relationships that she would have in the future.
$5,000 or one night with me?
$5,000.
Why? I thought I was perfect.
Yeah, about $5,000. $5,000.
Can we split it at least?
No.
I'm trying to figure out why the heck these two are standing so close together, but I agree with him. $5,000 over this woman. Even if it was $10, I would still choose the $10 over this woman.
I went blind on purpose. I felt imprisoned by my sight. This compelling need to be blind. They put all of my time and effort into researching how to go blind. I researched many different ways. I finally decided on drain cleaner because it was easy to get. I was 23 years old and I had waited all of my life for this chance. He had me lay down on the sofa and sat down next to me and put 2 drops of drain cleaner in each of my eyes. The drain cleaner started eating through my eyes. It was a violent pain. I was elated, so happy. I felt that this was who I was supposed to be. I have no regrets. I'm very happy as a blind person. It's your body. You should be able to do what you want to do with it.
The great book is actually written by a woman. It's called How to Play Hardball Like a Man. It explains that the way female children and male children evolve in hierarchy. Boys are at unstructured play, they get to go play whatever game they want at recess in primary school. Boys play games that require hierarchy. Team sports like football, basketball, you have a position with a clear defined role. There's a captain of the team, someone above you, and there's a particular play. When you win or lose, it establishes a hierarchy or an imbalance with boys' respect. Versus when girls unstructured play, they play games that do not require sophisticated games. They play hopscotch. I can win at hopscotch. You know, it's not about winning. They play house. They play dolls. How do you win at dolls? You don't win. It's not about winning. It's about the communal experience with one another. And all of the games that they play are egalitarian, meaning there's no hierarchy. There's no hierarchy in hopscotch. There's no hierarchy in playing dolls. And here's the difference between male and female children observed at play. In a natural state, boys will come to a conflict and they'll say, okay, jump ball, throw the ball over, we'll resolve it that way. They can move the game along. Girls will observe that they have a disagreement at play. They stop playing. It's all about the relationship. And if you're not really active about each other, the game has to stop.
That went well. It's yours.
Sure.
You know, you just have to like really make yourself worthy enough for me to talk to you. If you're not worthy enough, then
It's a good prize. Why?
my mom always told me to like go for a guy who really respects you. Okay, next question.
She didn't have an answer to such a basic question. This is the unfortunate reality of many families like herself. She wants a man to respect her, but she This is why it always ends in lie to you. Finally, essentially says because of it seems like a bad thing, and she gets offended by the truth that he spoke to her.
Why is Miss Willis saying to not daily talk?
Your Honor, I believe it's just out of pure hatred. She just doesn't want me to hand visitation. I drive 160 miles every other weekend to pick up my daughter and drop her off.
You love his daughter, but you don't want him to have the visitation. That's what you
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rapp, you are not. Miss Miller. Miss Miller, I'm sorry. That's a lot of nerve considering the alternative is somebody that don't want nothing to do with you or your child. You just showed me where your priorities were right there. Because I held out hope that you weren't just acting a fool because you so mad at him because he cheated on you that you would cheat your child out of a father. But that cheering you did, what you cheering? I'm a single mother with nobody that loves me or my child. What you cheering for?
Videos like this should show men why one of the most important things in your life you would choose is the person you're going to live with forever. This woman really just screamed and cheered at the fact that the person who was taking care of her daughter is not the father. This society is absolutely in trouble.
Do you think most men prefer women who are all natural or who have work done?
Everyone has different flavors. You know, it's whatever you like.
So what do you think most men look at, based on your own experience?
Me personally, a lot of men have hit me up a lot after my surgeries. But that's not the kind of attention I want, honestly. At first it was fun and everything, but over the time it gets really annoying. Because they want the wrong kind of things, and that's not what I want. That's not the reason why I did it.
Why'd you do it?
I did it for myself. Not for anyone, for myself.
But do you feel like if you didn't do it, that you wouldn't be getting as much attention as you do now?
I mean, maybe not as much, but, you know, men are men.
How do you feel about a man having work done?
Everyone does whatever they want with their bodies. You know, I'm not one to judge. There's men that go to the gym and they inject themselves. You know, if they want to do that, that's their life, you know. I'm not anyone to say anything about anybody's body.
The idea of this "I did it for myself" rubbish is the biggest lie ever. The reason they change their bodies is because of what's going on in society with women changing their bodies to look like toy dolls. You don't do it for yourself. That's a lie.
Your dog is like misogynistic.
How do you define misogyny?
I don't know, I don't like
I'm just asking how you define misogyny. Are you okay? Like, you want to go as and leave? Is it because I asked how you define misogyny? Is that?
I think so. That's a lot.
Because I asked about how you define misogyny.
I cannot believe that she just started crying. And the reason she started crying was because she knows she got caught out, and as usual with all these woke feminists, they use the word misogyny, but when it comes time to define the word misogyny, they don't know what the word actually means.
If there was one thing that you wish men understood better about women, what would it be?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Pick your damn clothes up off the floor.
What was that again? I couldn't hear.
Pick your damn clothes up off the floor.
Why can't women just remember to leave the damn toilet seat up?
You know, that's a great question. Goes both ways.
Okay. Okay. Women often talk about hormones influencing their emotions and behavior. Why are there some women who shame men for being horny when testosterone is a male hormone?
These interview questions seem super sexist, and I'm not going to continue this. Thanks so much, though.
Does it go both ways, though?
They seem all pretty sexist. That's okay, though. Thank you so much.
What? What are your guys' most controversial opinions?
I'm racist against white people.
I'm also racist towards white people, but I have another one. We'll get back here.
Well, you said your count is 35? Okay. Yeah. It's kind of like annoying because at least
Board the Grand Cycle to go after Avia again. Next stop is Fun. Just a short hop, step, and a flight away. It's been roped off as a danger zone. which, yeah, isn't ominous at all. The church is headed there for one thing. Yet another altar housing a primeval god. All of Zega Grande's gods, or I guess primal beasts, are a force to reckon with. But we can't let Avia keep exploiting Lyria's power. If they force her to commit atrocities, once this is all over, she'll never forgive herself. Thick black smoke blankets the sky. Rivers of fire flow. Yeah, pretty much the perfect stage for a fateful showdown. Well, here's to hoping we make it out in one piece.
There, we're more. Red ship shouldn't see us from here. We'll hit him before they know what's coming. I'm not the only one who saw that big-ass fire guy, right?
No, we all thought. Only a primal could pull that off. And it's clear therefore they've taken Lyria. Prepare for take... What now?
I believe it means the volcano is close to erupting.
How are you so cool? Lava is not how I want to go out. And what about the Grand Cipher?
But we have to get to Lyria.
You preaching to the choir. Of course I want to go rescue, but
I saw how we handled this Cavalier. They could be my best bet going forward. But we'll be stranded here if we lose the ship. It would all be for nothing. Alright. I'll take the helm and fly the ship to safety. Once the area stabilizes, I'll come back to pick you guys up. You all go on ahead.
Sorry for the trouble, Roland. Sure you don't mind?
Not at all. Besides, since when has Mr. Fix-It ever let you down? Before I go, Vern, do you mind showing me the catalyst?
Wait, right now? Sure. No problem.
There, I've activated it. Hold it near Lyria, and it should release the lock on column.
And that'll give us a fighting chance. Thanks, Victor.
Time to part ways for now. Danger lurks around every corner in this place, so proceed with caution.
Don't worry about us. You just focus on keeping the Grand Cipher safe.
Come on, everyone. We need to hurry.
I'm sorry, Skyfarers. Lilith was my responsibility.
No mistake. Lyria,
half of my list, I only have one friend. So I still have to wear them. You know what I mean? It still happens, you know, but I think that's the only thing that's annoying is that that's my number, and I can't even have it on a regular basis. Unless I'm in a relationship or, you know, talking to someone, yeah, it sucks. So over half my list. Probably about half my list. One guy.
Most of this generation of women are absolutely doomed, and I feel sorry for the men who have to go through society in the dating market today.
Yeah, in order to get a high-value man, you have to be a high-value woman, which means you gotta need to do things that other girls don't do. So, for example, do you go out to clubs and parties? Do you're on OnlyFans though? Okay, that isn't something a high-value woman does. Doesn't matter. OnlyFans is known for that, and you're associated with it. So if you associate yourself with the wrong crowd, people are going to take you and put you in the wrong crowd, and you're going to career level. So you have to continue to be a high-value woman to do that. You're subscribing to other men, subscribe to what you're selling on the internet.
To be honest, a lot of what we do is a lot of men's fault. Men aren't subscribing to their own fans, they wouldn't
I agree. Okay, anyways, look. What is heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks?
I suppose the pound of feathers.
Yo, you actually got it right. Good. Are you on TikTok, dude? Nah, bro. This is my daddy owns this bank. That's why I'm in front of it.
Men love fat women so much. Why aren't you fat?
Well, here you go. Gotcha.
Exactly, because you know deep down that your size does matter, which is why you're not fat.
Gotcha, bitch.
I love how women make arguments for things that they don't necessarily adhere to or subscribe to, yet they will sit there and try to pick up another girl so that you know what, yeah, stay fat, yeah, we love you, girl, blah, 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 but you don't adhere to that yourself.
Not there's guys that will like see a girl in the gym, see she's healthy, taking care of herself, and then see a girl who's awesome and prefer to be with that girl.
No, they will take the girl that's in the gym because the thing is that most guys can't attract that girl that takes care of herself and is attractive.
Okay,
That's the difference. A lot of guys will sit there, and then here's the thing, I talk about the negative side of men and women. The negative side of the guys is guys will sit there and say, oh, I like this type of girl, but the reality is they only like her because that's the only thing they can attract.
Most human beings don't want to even be with people who are overweight, not just men, most human beings. This lie of body positivity has deluded the minds of many young women to believe in this rubbish.
Well, I like a man to be bigger than me and to have a strong character, somebody who's a stronger character than I am.
Does he have to be a man with great big muscles and great big thighs and legs?
No, I don't like a man who's so too preoccupied with his